Testing 1, 2, 3 testing. Let's get this road on the show. The show on the road, boy. Saying things backwards. Internet, how's it going? My name's Aaron LeBeau, developer advocate, hanging out today on the lunch stream. Lunch stream a little late today. I apologize. Lunch stream was a little late today. My lunch period's a little late today. I had to help some friends out at work with something, and that caused me to delay my lunch stream by an hour. But they're working now, and they're pretty happy. And when my friends are happy, I'm happy, right? Apologize for that little hydration break here. I've spent the last 3 hours in meetings, so not something as a developer or a developer advocate you always want to be able to say out loud, but that's a situation we're currently sitting in. So what the heck are we looking at here, folks? So one, welcome to the lunch stream for .NET. For those of you watching on video demand, I'm very happy that you're joining us. For those watching live on a stream or joining to jump on, we've been playing around with Uno. Uno is a UI framework for .NET that allows you to build mobile apps and a bunch of other things, right? So if we take a look here, I've got this Uno project that we kind of been working on last week when we were doing the lunch stream. I'm going to just go ahead and click the debug button here. This should be for Catalyst specifically. So this should be bringing up a Mac application that basically has some core basics to it. It should be just the basic hello world. Let me get this so you can see the build process. I'll just move that window up a little bit so you can see here it's building the selected projects right now. First time build is a little slow. There's something to be said about that, but after first build, it goes pretty fast. So what are we going to play with today? So I would like to start getting our app built out, a proper app, right? An app that works. Oh, what's going on here? I got an error on mobile. 5 errors and files. This worked literally less than an hour ago. Good Lord ago. You gotta be kidding me. What is going on now? Password kit. Literally had this working less than like an hour ago. Ran it less than an hour ago. Why are we just now not working? Try this again. Try to run. Try again. Oh, that's the biggest bummer ever. What the heck is going on here? It's Android specifically that's breaking. Android. Something to do with erase at KT. Some about NuGet packages. DNR8. I mean, I literally don't care if Android builds. I just want to test this. That is ridiculously not awesome. Let me try to do a clean and see if that will fix it. Starting out rough today, folks. Let's try cleaning. No clean. Build clean. It looks like my... What are we saying here now? Come on. Are you serious? It doesn't have a clean option? Clean usually takes all the junk out of the trunk and makes it so that if you do a build and you have like some like cache file or something like that, it will fix it. Let me try cleaning. So all I did off stream was write some tests. That's literally the only thing I've done. Build. Run anyway. Try to build. Build succeeded. So the Uno package is building. But then this Android problem is causing an issue with, so then I can't build anything for some reason. That It is ridiculously frustrating. That I've got a problem with one platform and it kills me from using the rest of them. Try this one more time. Why does it say Uno Mobile here only for here and not option for Uno? Like here, it gives me an option just for Uno. Why is it? Something's changed. And I literally had this running for quite a while. And I'm a little kind of disturbed now because all I did was relaunch. I closed Rider. But I mean, this all was working. And literally the only thing I did was I closed Rider, opened it up, wrote some tests, and that's it. Something to do with this library, this NuGet package. I guess I could try to debug this. Let's go to Android. Oh boy, I don't even know how they're doing this. Here's here. Let's see if I can figure out what they're doing for Android. So if is Android, Xamarin, Google Android Material, Uno Universal Image Loader. These two packages get referenced. Okay. Catalyst. That's it. Oh boy. Not making this easy for the developer, are they? And this is some kind of Xamarin NuGet package that they're using. Array map KT. R8 and D8 are the linker and the tool that they use for packing up for building DEX files. And there's nothing you can do here. I mean, it's just like it's an Android project, so all this stuff is now because this is this new Maui single unified project. Like in the old days, you could just try to exclude Android. I guess you could do it here. I've never had this problem until now. I guess I could try building from the command line. And this is a real bummer because I had a bunch of cool things I wanted to work on. Or we want inventory Uno. Made an inventory Uno because the periods. You can't have periods in the file name. If you put periods in it, it has all kinds of other problems. Let's go into inventory Uno dot mobile. Let's see what we got here. Coming up with the error, different error when I try to restore packages here. So .NET clean there and that worked. Let's see if this works. No, so it's telling me error package hosting when UI. Well, we can see here what the problem is. There's a semicolon in there, but why would the CS proj allow that then? Take a look here. So it looks like when I edited it, maybe I added a CS proj a semicolon by accident. Let's go look at that command window again and see what we see here. Oh, I need to keep Google Chat open because it does not currently come up. And I do have some people watching on Google from time to time. So let's see here. It's saying, Projects that use central package managed version management should not define versions in the package reference items, but in the project version items. So hosting WinUI, hosting WinUI, WinUI. Projects that use central package versions should not define versions. Package reference. Let's search for this error on the Googles and see if they will tell us how to fix this. So I'm assuming it's because of how they're doing their package management. Let's see here. Issue. When you use central package management, versions must be defined in your package management item. Solution. Remove the version. Okay, that logically makes sense, but I didn't add the version. There's no version here. Look, no versions. Let's just double check this, make sure there's no versions. Here's our, let's do package reference, find in this file. Make sure that we're finding all the packages. All right, let's see here. That's right, that's right. That's right, that's right, that's right. Okay, these are all, none of these have versions, right? And my understanding is on this, that they need to come from this thing. This tells it what versions of packages. All you do is tell it the package, you need the package, and then it goes into this file and finds it. Why would this be happening? So that seems like it's right. Property to CS Proj. .NET 8. We've been using .NET 8 for a while now. That's definitely not it, I don't think. We are using RC. Well, no, we should be in final release, I think. It has missing dependencies. Okay. It has missing dependencies because it hasn't loaded them, because I tried to restore and it didn't work. Because of this stupid error. Where's the solution file at? Oh, frick. Windows is loading. That could be the issue. Windows is loading. No, it's unloaded. Not awesome. Boy, they make this really difficult on Mac. So for those joining the chat today, I've got an issue where I didn't do anything. I wrote some tests. Okay, I did some stuff, right? I wrote some tests. I was trying to get my data stuff in. I wanted to get authentication in, so I brought in my shared library, brought in some tests into the project. That's literally it. Had this thing building like literally this morning. Closed Rider for an update, open Rider, and I could not get anything to build now. And now it's coming up with this really weird Android error. Let's see here. And let's try this again. I need to type in clean .NET build. This should be stored, and this is what I'm having now. I'm having it where it says the project use central management version should not define the versions on the package reference items, but on the package version items. And it gives me a list of all the things I have in the CS proj file. But let me see if I can get Rider to do this. So what it's acting like, and this isn't even Rider, right? So this is actually .NET from the command line, which means I'm no longer, why is this? Okay, let's edit this. So what it's complaining about is these packages references right here, right? Which is how it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be there, and there is no versions on these. The versions should only come from this package right here, this props. That's my understanding. This is what we learned last Friday on the lunch stream, is that if you want a package, you have to put it in this file. You do the version in this file, and then what happens is all your projects then read from this, and magic happens, and it's supposed to just work. Base you can't build, but this should build. What should I build in this? See if GDK Sharp builds. Can I get something to build? I'll be really sharp if this builds and the rest doesn't build. That's very frustrating. But it makes sense because it's a mobile project, which is a .NET project that's not building. Nope, 243 error messages. No, I succeeded. It says build without problems. Let's change over to that and see if it works. GTK Sharp. Let's run that. Ha! And it works. Wow. Holy turd. It works, but the mobile Maui project doesn't work. When I say Maui, I mean .NET, but that's what this is. So this is something to do with this. It definitely is something that has changed. I did a writer update today, a couple hours before stream, and something is weird going on with this update. There's no doubt something is broke in the town of Denmark. And let's try this again. Let's try this and see if it builds and see what happens now. The problem with mobile that I hate is the fact that it builds all three platforms, and it seems like Android's busted, but I can't stop Android from building without freaking tearing apart this file if I just wanted to get iOS working, right? If I just want to do some development work, it's like, okay, there's a bug in Android. How do I quickly get rid of Android and make it so I can still, you know, do some development? But yeah, here it comes. So here comes the Android problem. We can see here that it's telling me that there's an error and the mobiles won't build because of that. And it's saying that there's a user in Xamarin, this version of .NET 6, which why is it trying to build a .NET 6? We're on .NET 8. Why would it be trying to use .NET 6? I just noticed that. How do I see what it says? No, it says .NET 8 up here. This is the CS project file. Is that a dependency on them that they have in here? Is it because it's a Xamarin Google Android material that's doing that? I could change out DXRX or DX for the old tooling. I wonder if they're giving you the option to do that here. Let me see here. What do we got? Versions, Android manifest. That's all right. Let's see here. Is Android the only thing they have is that? Usually they have Maui has more than this. I have a Maui project also that uses this same shared library. Let's take a look at Maui real quick and see if it builds. So here's the Maui project. Let's make sure that Maui's building. And it's not like a computer .NET issue, right? I'm just going to build Catalyst right now. Like I said, this literally just worked. And then let's take a look at the CS project file here, see if we can figure out what the heck's going on here. So you can see it looks very similar, but they have some more options from Maui here. They usually give you the options, I thought, for... There it is. Okay, so Maui's working. So I've got a Maui app. That's loading without problems. So definitely not tooling at this point in time, or writer that I can tell. I'm looking to see if I can change R8 and D8 to use the old linker tools. I just see a bunch of resources in here. Can you right click and go to properties? And does it give you the ability to do an Android? Man, they've really made this confusing. Oh, here we go. Oh, wait. Here we go. Android, ARM, AB, DX. So here we go. So there's D8 and DX. So this is using DX, not D8. That's interesting. And linking assemblies only. So they're doing not link everything. And let's see here. Okay, this gives us some scoop that we can play with here on our Uno project. Let's go take a look at our Uno project, because I remember our Uno project said they was using D8. D8 was coming up the error. So here we go. Let's go to mobile. Go to property. Oh, maybe go to properties. Go to properties. Here we go. All right, let's go to debug and see. All right, here we go. ARM. Let's do both arms. No, it says DX. We do kind of want DX. Enable multi-dex. We probably need that. This is all fine. I hate when they do not link. You're never going to find the linker problems until you try to deploy. AAB versus APK shouldn't matter. It looks like they're doing AAB now. I doubt changing this to APK is going to well, why not? Let's see if we can get this working. Go back to my chats, make sure my chat's open for Google in case anybody has any questions. Welcome to stream, folks. My name is Aaron LeBeau. For those of you, it looks like we have a couple new viewers. I am playing around with Uno, trying to get it working. I had it working, and I just did an update to Rider a couple hours ago, and my build stopped working when I opened up my project again. And now I'm getting R8, D8 errors. Now it's not D8 anymore. Now it's R8. Saying that the linker is saying that it has multiple packages. Error in it's defined multiple times in my packages. I could just destroy my package cache. I feel like that's going to cause other problems. Oh. Let's do this. Let's go take a look at that. Let's close Rider, make sure it's really closed. Make sure Rider is completely out. Doing brain surgery to your NuGet cache is very dangerous. Okay, list. Okay. Gone. Gonzo. If that was the issue, that shouldn't be the issue anymore. Let's bring Ryder back up. Round 2. We have our friend Ryder. Hey, Ryder, how you doing? Let's bring this project back up, see if it will build now. Now that we've completely nuked the package from existing, it will have to pull the package down when it builds. Maybe we just got bad, where we got a bad package, like, you know, cache. It's indexing all my files. Let's try doing a build. I guess it does use different NuGets than Maui. That's my first guess, right? Try to build. Having maybe better luck here. Maybe it was the... Guys. This literally could have just been a NuGet cache problem. That would have been pretty great. Hell no! Don't get your hopes up, Aaron. Hopes and dreams. Something's going on. I don't even use this array map. Well, I'm sure they use it. Holy shit, that's a pretty long command here. I see program in there, though. That's interesting. But it says R8 is doing instead of ProGuard. Right here. Oh, R8 uses ProGuard config files. What am I thinking here? That's right. So it wouldn't matter. So Android's busted for some reason. Don't know why. Now the question is, can I do brain surgery to this to remove Android and just keep the rest of my tools? I just want to do this on the Mac right now. I need to put probably a bug in for this, but can I just target no Android? I want to show something else off, and I can't play with it because I can't get this working. Okay, let's do this, and then let's see if I removed Android, if it will just be happy. Target frameworks is just iOS in Mac Catalyst. And let's see. Let's try to build now if it works. And then I'll have to put a defect in on the Uno plug. It did work. Okay, let's try running this freaking mobile app here. Oh, let's see what happens. Try to build the Catalyst version. Catalyst is fastest. I like to use Catalyst because of the fact that it doesn't run on an emulator or simulator. It's just your freaking Mac running a program. There's nothing better for debug than that. Just your Mac running a program. Guess I could have debugged it with GTK, but I want the light dark modes here. I want to test that. So here we go. Here's our app running. So something weird going on with Uno and Android since I updated my library. I need to check this code probably into GitHub afterward and get this as an issue over to Uno to take them, how you take a look at it. But what we want to do today, well, today I wanted to show off this Figma thing that they have. We talked about it on Friday's lunch stream, and we said, hey, they auto-generate code. That's pretty cool. Could we like use this to do something cool? So they have a main page here. I don't know how routing works right now in Uno, so that's probably not a good thing. And I probably need like a models folder. The MVUX or whatever they do is like model driven. Where is my... Sorry, StreamYawn. It's been a long, rough days. I was sick the last couple days. I had strep throat. And so no lunch stream last couple days because I was not feeling well. And .NET Conference was happening. Go back to Uno's website and take a look at this. They have something instead of MVM as their pattern they recommend. Where is it getting started here? And we want fundamentals. And where is... Nope. Nope. I want the stuff on the C# stuff. Boy, should have bookmarked this. I don't care about this. I want... Here we go. Maybe this is it. Nope. I am looking for the Uno markup, the C# markup crap. That's what I want to play with. Docs is not making that easy to find. Guess I'll go back to the main Uno website. And in here somewhere they have a link to C# markup. Here it is. Okay, so this is the link I want. And then where are my docs for it? You knew where I was over here. You knew what page I was on. You know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a C# mockup. See, then their tutorial says MVM, but when I was reading this on the, I don't remember how I was reading it now because now I'm having a hard time finding it. They were using to use this right here, MVUX, and I mean they had a compelling argument why you should use it. The code I was looking at, the code was a lot smaller. To tell you the truth, all this crap is around the old stuff. I want the new stuff, man. See if there's a link in here somewhere I can get to the doc. I've found it at one time in here. Add markup. Oh, here we go. Wait, is this it? Okay, this seems like it's it. And then, yeah, right here. So you can see here, under here, they have the markup. And then right here, right after they have this MVUX. And so MVUX is this new way that they might recommend bindings. And let's see here. They have an overview document that they had a... I found a like diagram where they tried to explain it at some point in time in here. But either way, see, then it's still XAML. I guess I could convert it, but if you're new to this, you wouldn't know how to convert this XAML to C#. There's no button that says XAML, and then you can click and like go to C# or XAML, right? That's a bummer. See, most things like our documentation, like in Android, we have we support multiple things. Like we'll go to mobile here real quick. Go to Couchbase Lite. We'll go to Android, and let's go look. Most of the time, what we should give you is like right here. We give you a tab. Hey, this is Kotlin. This is Java. So I don't care what language you're using. We'll give you a code example of like what format you're using, right? And this is a very common thing. You got to do that because you just don't know who your target audience is, right? And if you're asking a Kotlin developer to know Java syntax, sometimes they know it pretty well, but there's a lot of syntax in Java that just Kotlin developers don't use anymore. And if we just said everything was Kotlin, then I'd really piss off Java developers that don't want to learn Kotlin, right? So you're going to have to do both, in my opinion. So one of the constructive feedbacks I can definitely give these folks is that if they're going to have two worlds that you can live in, XAML, this XML, and this C#, they should give you a link to say, do I want to see the code example in here or here? But this is not... This is what I was looking for, but they had some other like fundamental thing on this also. And I don't remember what, it was last week, and I read about it and it had this diagram that they showed, and it was kind of this interesting analysis of like MVVM versus MVU, this thing that they call it MVUX, this pattern that they've come up with. MVUX versus MVVM. That's it. This is a blog. This is not what I found, but okay, here we go. So the view, here's a view. It's binding to a bindable proxy that the model binds to, and then you get an update from the proxy to an update of it. It's a unidirectional flow. Um, they say here, obviously, you can do it. The key element is a view feed view control, which leverages additional information exposed in the feed. Is this basically trying to be Redux? Yeah, so anyways, that's what they recommended. So that's why I built a project with that. MVVM I know very well. Did it with Xamarin Forms for years. It's pretty basic. In fact, maybe maybe I should have just did that because there's too many things to learn at once here. Because that's a problem when you're doing something new. If you do too many new things at once, you get overwhelmed with all the different things you have to worry about. Like, you know, and I have this concept I have to figure out, and this concept and this concept. So it's not really a view model now, is it anymore? I'm gonna call it view model. I don't give a crap, right? I'm gonna just call it view model. Because we just gotta get some code out here. Main view. I think they call it just main model. I think that's their patterns. They don't call it a view model. And we could take a look at this, but I know I only have a little bit for the lunch stream here today, so I don't want to get too dived into this. Instead, I just want to cut and paste some damn code and see what happens. Getting impatient. Oh, let's see here. Like most developers, I just want to see the shiny new things. So we can see here that we have this main page. I don't know how navigation works yet, and I'm not concerned about that right now. Right now, I just want to kind of play and see what happens with this whole login thing, right? So what do I got here? I've got Figma opened up, and I spent a bunch of time figuring out how to make a page in Figma. It's like Sketch, but different. Big fan of Sketch. They have a bunch of directions. If you're going to try this, by the way, you got to read the directions. It's getting started directions. Don't skip anything. It will go really bad for you. You have to kind of go through this whole entire directions, and like this new project thing, you got to pay attention to all this, man. If you skip any of this, it just won't work. It is the directions are very nice. Don't get me wrong. They have a lot of pictures for people. But the problem is when you get pictures, people start to skip, right? You can't skip, man. If you skip, it just won't work. I only can tell you this from experience. I was just like, I know what I'm doing. I'm a smart person. I'm just going to go through and just put this in and it should just work. And no, it did not work at all. You've got to read the directions. So don't do it. I did read the directions. So you can see here it has this plugin, right? So what's the gist of it? The gist of it is you make a new page in Figma. I made a new page and I called it login. And so this is my page I want to have my mobile app in. And so I then took, they have templates, right? And I recommend starting with one of these because they have like a lot of components in it and stuff. But one of the things was you need to get the phone template, right? So I stole one from here. I looked and said, this is a phone template. This is exactly what I want, right? It's a phone. And so I copied and pasted that into my new page. And then I had to deattach it. You can right click on this. If you do it right, you can right click and there's an option, or it's over here in object, deattach, I think, right here, deattach instance. That deattaches the code of where it got it from. Because in Figma, the theory is that you could update one thing and then anything that inherits from it would update too. But you want to deattach it, so it's never going to update now, right? And so once you deattach it, then what ends up happening is you got to get your components that you want in. Well, I knew I wanted this login form. I wanted a picture because I want this to look like the other learning paths I've done, where there's like a logo here and then you have a username and password in the sign-in box. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I was able to go into the components they have here and find a login component and the picture component. The picture component's here. As you can see, I have it selected. And then I went back. Oh boy. It was in templates, wasn't it? It was in templates. They have a templates. Yep, that's where I found it. And here I found a login template that they had somewhere in here. Is it templates? Was an example app. Was it under components? Nope, these are just regular material components. Somewhere in here I found I found a login sort of a login component form. No, nope, that's it. This is it. I found it here. Found this under forms. Found this here and said, hey, that's exactly what I want. And so I copied it in. Now I didn't like the forgot password, so I just deleted it because it was like, oh, I don't want that. I'm gonna just delete it then, right? So I grabbed that, put it in. I needed my, I want my picture. So then you have to know a little bit about Figma to get all this working. You have to know that it does auto layouts, and like to get my image working, I had to put it into the proper section. You have to drag it in and make sure it's part of like this section right here. More into that in a little bit here. And then once I got the picture, I had to know like I had to use the auto layout for this section to kind of say how I want everything to flow and how much spacing and stuff. You can give it different spacing values here. This is how much spacing's between each item. Like if this was a stack, right? And so if this is like a vertical stack view, we need 20 pixels of padding versus with each element inside of it. That's what that 20 here is saying, right? And then I threw it in the aligned center so that it would be aligned in the center of the screen. Now, I don't need the sample sign-in form, so I could just kind of delete that also. Where is this sample? Where is that coming from? Okay, it's coming from this text right here. This text field. Let's get rid of that text field. We don't need it. And if we take a look here, do we have any padding on this? Because when I look at this section, that's... One thing that's kind of a little bit odd is that the image has got a lot more padding than the padding down here, and that also is a little weird, but it's set to auto. Don't know what that means. But anyways, what can we do with this? Well, we drew pictures. That ain't gonna buy us anything, right? But we can go into plugins. This is where it gets cool, and we could say we want the right here, plugins, Uno platform. Now this is where the cool stuff starts. I'm going to select this part here, the page, and say I'd like that, and I would like to export the code for that. And if you take a look here, I go to C#, there's my code. There is literally my code for making this work. That's pretty badass. We're going to see if this works. So we have squiggly brackets we have to worry about. So we need to be 2 squiggly brackets out. We want everything outside 2 squiggly brackets. Okay. Copy this code. Let's put it in Writer and see what the heck happens. Brain surgery here, folks. Hey. Okay, well, it's not happy about that. Let's go through and add a reference. Hey, I mean, it's not complaining. Let's go through a code and tell it to reformat the code. Wait, so we can read this thing. Let's review what it's done. What do we got here? We've got an auto layout. Where does this come from? It's a library they have. I don't know the performance of auto layout. I guess I'm a little concerned about that. If it was like a stack, I would feel a little bit more comfortable, but I don't know all that much about auto layout, and it's definitely a custom thing they're doing. I wonder if this does constraints on both Android and iOS when it does it. I mean, we obviously can just go look at the code and see long term. Maybe something we have to do. And DuckDuckGo.com? Why would you ever use that for your search engine? I gotta look in Writer changing that out. That's terrible. All right, justify. We want to auto layout and justify between space between. We're doing a center. That's what we told it to do in Figma. We have a height of 415 pixels. That's not good. Did we really tell it we wanted a height of 415 pixels? I didn't type that in. So that's something that it must have generated. Nor did I ever type in 415 as a height. So that's a little disturbing. Let's ditch that for right now. Children. Inside of here, we've got an image. We're telling it to stretch. We have it a width and a height. And then we give it some auto layout constraints. Okay, auto layouts must be just like constraints. This looks exactly like constraints. And then it's given an auto layout wrapper around the form, it looks like. And we have a brush, we have a width of the form. I don't like width per se, because that means it's not gonna fully grow. Center, then we're adding some spacing to yet another, because so these must be containers. So another auto layout container with spacing of 16 on each around the box. So spacing and padding. And then we have, this is where we get our text boxes for username and password. Here's our binding username, and then here's our password. And then we have a hyperlink button. A hyperlink button? Okay. There shouldn't be no hyperlink button here. I deleted the forget password, but it looks like it still has it. So is it still in Figma somewhere? Let's look at Figma. We are reviewing, folks, that are new code generation from Figma. So I don't see that anymore, right? If I go look here, where we got, here's our text box, here's our form enabled, here's our input, here's our password, here is, oh, so the button, so there is, even though I deleted it from Figma, it's still, so I only deleted the text, the hyperlink button's still there. You turd. Wait, and it won't let me delete. This is acting like it wasn't deconnected, but it should be deconnected. Where is this detach instance? Let's do that. Do I have to do it like every level to detach? So I detached from the above section, but I had to detach deeper in order to get it so that it would let me delete the hyperlink. Ah, look at that. Now we can see that there's definitely some spacing problem here. Look at this. See the password box in here? So normally we would need to put some padding in here, like between this and the next component. So we'd say like, hey, I want 20 pixels of padding. Okay, that's not enough. Let's add 50. That's not working. Because I told it to add between components, but it's not working. Put it back to 0. Where is this? Right here. All right, so that added some, but it adds it between each one. So you wanted separate padding between the sign and the password box. So normally, so how would I do this? Well, in I'll just attach padding to it. Right? Huh, that's weird. If I add the padding, and this should be padding between auto layout, right? So that's what we're doing here. We're modifying the auto layout properties, vertical gap between items, and we're saying between this item, but it might not know between these two items. This might be some kind of auto layout thing. Well, we can live with it like this for right now. Now let's regenerate the code and see if it has that fix in it. So I guess as you're generating code, it's generating code for you, but then you have to kind of look at the code and say, is this what I want? And then, you know, obviously if there's a bug in the code generation, you got to kind of go through and re-export it. So let's grab this. This looks a lot smaller, by the way, and I like smaller. Smaller code is better. Not always the case, but in this case, I think it's going to be. So let's just kill all this, and then we can take a look at it again and see what the heck we see. So all we did was got rid of that horizontal link. Let's see what we get now. So we still have an auto layout. I still don't know if I agree with this height thing. Well, we haven't even tested it yet. We'll build and test. But let's just go through and read the code a little bit more and see if we see anything else that is kind of interesting. So we got a text box. Here's our username, password, and button. Sign in, auto layout. Why would this be in a separate line? I think that looks more readable. Okay, let's try this, man. Let's see what happens. So I've written zero code. I've taken this whole Figma plugin I have. I built a UI inside of it. said, I would like you to do this for me instead. I used their little template things that they said, and I am going to now click the build button and see whether or not I have a working application. That is our goal here. It's bouncing. We may have something. Build succeeded. Do we have a login page? We got a login page, folks. Look at that. Okay, that's not working right, though. Or is it now? That's weird. There was like some kind of rendering glitch. Let's try that again. Build new. Like the first time I went into it, the box, the overlay didn't disappear, and the password was typing over the overlay. That's weird. Could be a catalyst bug, maybe? Not sure. Uh-oh. I got a phone call. Yeah, see that? See that rendering bug where right now I have the password, but also it's not properly animating out to get the so it's just the periods. And it looks like if I click out of the box and come back in, then it works. So some kind of rendering glitch. And now password's up here with the little C and not C. But the first time the form comes up, it doesn't do that properly. Try one more time to make sure that it's a truly valid bug. Got some bugs to put on the Uno backlog. Oh, thank you. That's over on YouTube. Yeah, I think this is cool, I guess. I do like that animation. That's pretty hot. The animation they're doing there on that seems to be okay. But that's clunky, right? So if I delete, well, that's kind of interesting. The minute I deleted, like there was nothing in it, then the animation worked. It's just a property is set wrong on it. Is it because the binding's there and I don't have any binding to this context yet? Is this really a defect, or is it because of the fact I tell it to bind and I don't have anything to bind to? So I haven't done that yet. Inquiring minds want to know. Try one more build of this. And then we'll try it with GDK and see what it looks like there. Okay, so this seems to work. Yeah. But if I hit all the way back again, then it works. So if I hit backspace once, it works properly. Let's go to GDK using Skia Sharp. Let's try it there and see what happens. Kind of what I expected. It doesn't know about dark and light mode. It doesn't have the bug though that Catalyst has. Automatically animated in and out without problems. That's cool. Okay, let's try iOS. No. Info plist not found. It's right there. Okay. iOS does not work. iOS will have a definition for info plist somewhere in here. Or not. Here we go. Yeah, I don't think they're setting the iOS property on this to where the info plist is. In Maui, I know they do this. Okay, so let's see here. So I have a section for Android here. Let's do this. Let's open up Maui and see what they do. And see if we can't steal. How do they find this? App identifier. Here we go. That's for the entitlements file for Catalyst only. Does this build with iOS? iOS building. iOS is building. So in Maui, it builds without problems. But over in Uno, we're not building at all. iOS only. It's kind of with some kind of weird error that says can't find the info plist file. Info plist is here in the iOS directory with the main CS. The entry point for it. It's gotta be some kind of tooling thing. But why would, I mean, out of all things to be busted, it's like, this is the more close basic thing, right? I mean, it's like, how can this not be working? Okay. Is iOS, here we go. So what is it doing here? They're saying, they're setting a bunch of arguments. The soft heat limit, so their nursery size, that's for the, well, that'd be for the garbage collector, but this should be AOT, so that's interesting. Oh, that's a problem also. I'm not on x64, I'm on ARM, so I don't know if that's also bumming things out a little bit, but so I see when it's iOS, they set a couple flags here that Maui doesn't set, and I'm assuming these are just issues that they've ran into here, but for whatever reason, it does not find my info plist file. What does it say here in the project definition? Got really nothing. So it looks like iOS is not working. That is a big bump. Let me try this other one. It lists it twice. I'm not sure why it lists it twice. Let's try Uno Mobile. Oh, because one would be for the mobile project and one would be for this base project. That's right. They told me this already. That's why. That the base project is all you need and it builds all the other projects. So I'm guessing one target's for that. But look at this. It's working. So if I target... Oh, now that's interesting. So if I just switched it to the Uno mobile version of iOS, it's working. But if I did it the other way, it's not. Ooh. No, continue. Virtual keyboard. That's... getting the interesting thing there. That seems to be working. Let's go do this real quick. There should be a developer and then dark parents on. Double click the home button here. They go here. Dark mode works out the problems with their theming support. That's really good. That's really nice. Man, when you don't have like dark mode and stuff automatically enabled, it kind of sucks. in modern mobile development, like Flutter. To get this working is not fun, and it's really nice and refreshing to see this work out of the box. Just boom, you have dark mode. I mean, obviously you have to go through and play around with these theme files that they have, but that works. So it looks like new learning is that when they have these two listed here, you have to select the mobile version. You can't select just the Uno version. I don't even know why this exists. Can I just delete it? Yeah. I mean, it's broke. I don't want it on the list if it's broke. And that's what I was also clicking for Catalyst, so that kind of makes sense. I'm not sure how the other project got created in there, but it's not working for me, so I just removed it from the configuration. And it's just a build property. So, I mean, it's not a huge deal. That comes in from the solution file. So you can kind of see all your build targets from, if you edit the solution file, you'll see here's all the different directories, and then here's your build target solution items. And you should be able to get into here. Here's all of our build solutions, right? And they'll tell you for that for that project, what kind of build can you do? So obviously in the solution item, it listed that, but I don't think it needs it. So it's easier to edit this in the UI, by the way. Don't be a hero and try to go edit it by hand in the solution file. Instead, just use this here, and this will automatically edit your solution file build options. All right. Well, we got a authentication window to pop up, and we didn't write hardly any code whatsoever. And if we look at the code, it looks a lot like Swift UI, or a lot like Flutter. This isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. Well, folks, I think this is it for the lunch stream today. I'm looking at 2:15, and I do have to get back to work here. So, but I think what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to try to wire this thing up, figure out this MVUX, whatever thing is. No, I don't want to move that page. Get these two things wired up, and then figure out how to get routing working to another page. And then we're going to hook it up into my authentication service that I have here, that I wrote off stream, that will go through and authenticate people. And it's just a mock right now, but I do have some tests. The tests are working. I mean, they better work. We can test those real quick. That's my fixture. Where's my tests? Here's my test. Where's the testing? Nope, that's Docker. Where's the test icon in here? Well, I guess you can just click on this and say run all tests, and then it should bring up the UI testing. There it is. That's what I wanted. All my tests are passing. So I should have 3 tests: authentication failed, logo, and success. So I know that's working, so I think we can bring that in. What icon was that again? No, that's services. That's Swinerlint. This UI is a little confusing. Oh, there it is, unit test. Duh. Okay, it's right there. All right, so the tests are working. We're going to wire this up tomorrow in lunch stream and get this to use the authentication framework and see if we can get navigation working. So I want to appreciate everybody for joining the lunch stream today. We went through, played with some Uno, played with Figma, got some UI exported out, figured out why my build wouldn't work, and come back tomorrow. We'll continue playing around with this, and hopefully we'll get a couple pages rendering, and then we could start taking a look at performance and stuff when it talks to something like a database. So talk to you soon. Take care, and see ya again.